Are you looking for a heavy-duty dip belt? Then MPDS has a brand new dip belt for you. So MPDS is a Dutch brand, and MPDS actually stands for muscle up, pull up, dip and squat. So they are definitely specialized in street lifting equipment. So for instance, they have knee sleeves, they have elbow sleeves, and they even have grip shoes. And today we're checking out their brand new dip belt. So let's get into it. So first of all, the dip belt comes in a bag. So you have a round one, and this one of course has the MPDS logo on it, and you just have a zipper, and then you can put it in here. And actually this one is nice because you can keep the shape of the belt, and you can put it in here, and then in the middle you have space to put some extra stuff, like for instance the daisy chain and so on. And this one has a handle over here, but it also actually comes with a second bag. And as you can see, this bag is a little bit more compact or long, and it also has the MPDS logo on it, and it's again quite a simple bag. But over here you do have to bend the dip belt a bit more, so if you don't like that, you can just keep it in the round one, but if you don't mind it, you can use this one. So looking at the dip belt itself, over here you have a pad which comes on the back, and this one seems to be a kind of rubber, but it also feels super high quality, so this is very nice. Also the texture of the belt itself feels very nice, and on both sides over here you actually have a Velcro patch, which is very nice because you can customize your dip belt with some patches. So you have three kinds of patches. So you have the muscle up specialist and the dip specialist and the pull up specialist. These are like the specialist pads, and the MPDS pad, which actually also represents a country. So you can choose several different countries. So this is very nice. For instance, when you want to do a competition and you want to represent your country with your belt. And also you have funny ones like anti-chin up, for people who don't like chin ups, who prefer pull-ups. So they're very much into the street lifting world. And over here you have MPDS logo as well, and also on the other side, and these are actually stitched in, which actually is very nice because if you're, for instance, doing your muscle up, then this comes on the front. So if you touch the belt and this would be bad quality, then at some point this logo might start fading. So it's very nice that they embroidered this. And then over here you don't have a D hook, but you have a O ring, and this makes for better weight distribution. So it's nice that it will always be hanging in the same way, so you don't have to adjust the D hook in this case. Also we have some nice carabiners over here. So these weigh 25 grams, and also they have a MPDS logo on here. Plus they are actually quite smooth, so I don't think this will damage your clothing as much as other carabiners will. It feels nice as well. Another thing is that these you can choose in 5 different colors, so you can again customize your belt a bit. And of course over here we have the rope, so the daisy chain, and this one has numbering on it, which is very nice because then it becomes easier to hang the weight up on the same height as you did before. So for instance, with different exercises, of course you want to hang it on different heights. So for instance with the muscle up it is different than compared with the dip. And actually the numbers over here, they are also embroidered, so they're stitched in. So I also think this is very good quality. And this rope actually is 150 centimeters long, which is very nice because of course you want to be able to have the weight hanging between your feet. And also there's a small MPDS logo over here. And other than that, of course, on the inside you have some padding, which is actually 1 centimeter thick. It is neoprene padding, and this is actually quite a thick belt. And I do think that if you're gonna do a lot of weight in your exercises, then it's nice to have this extra comfort. So far I really like this belt, and what is cool is that there were actually 3 world champions involved in the product development. And this was Aubin Chevilard, we have Nadine Hattinga, and also Pericole, and they all gave their own personal feedback on the different prototypes. So for instance, Aubin wanted the O-rings instead of the D-hooks, and Nadine wanted extra padding for comfort. And when it comes to Pericole, he wanted this thing to come in different sizes, and now they come in 6 different sizes. So this is very nice. So there was another person involved in the product development, and this was our dear friend Jordin Vliegen, who actually said that this belt should also look very nice. And I think that MPDS definitely succeeded with the extra patches that you can customize, and also with the stitch-in logo on the sides. So we actually asked Jordin to tell us what he thought about the end product. So let's hear it.
Yes, I think it's really good quality. It's a more thicker belt, so the pressure is also more over the whole hip. And I also think, even though I haven't tested my new PRs yet, that it feels just a bit more like firm. So yeah, for sure it's gonna be good quality. The maximum amount of upper body lifts I did with this belt are 25 kg muscle up, 120 kg dip for now, and the chin up I did 72 for 3 reps. It all felt really solid, so can't wait to hit some new PRs. The thing I wanted to improve most compared to the previous belt and this one was that it just needed to be more of an eye catcher. The previous belt was already good because a belt just needs to be good at lifting your weights, of course, but it also needs to be like a image, like how you want to be. People, if you see this, you just think, ah, that's super nice, it looks cool, you can make it personal. So for me, I think design was the overall thing that changed the most, and that made, for me, the belt a real eye catcher.
So over here I have an L, and actually for me maybe an M would have been better, but my colleague tested this one out and for him it was perfect. And first what you do when you want to start using it is you put the carabiner, and what I would advise you to do is put it from the bottom so that you don't clip your clothing. And also what is nice is that over here the O-ring is actually on the belt itself, so also that doesn't damage your clothing. And then of course you put the daisy chain through the weight, and then you click again from the bottom this one, and after that you get to decide which hole you want to use. So like you can choose the 3 for instance for doing dips. So far I really like this belt. It is super comfortable because of the extra padding it has. And for me, actually, an M might have been better than an L, but this one is already very nice. And actually, there's one thing I was wondering about, because you see a lot of belts with some pads on the back over here, and those pads are actually for back support. But I was wondering why this one doesn't have it, and the answer is that with heavy exercises in street lifting, you actually don't want to have the belt on your lower back but on your hips, and definitely if you're going to do a lot of weight. And because of that, in official competitions like the one at Final Rep for instance, like the belts with the pads with the back support are not even allowed. So if you want to do street lifting competitions, we would also advise you to use this kind of belt in your training. So the load capacity of this dip belt is actually 950 kgs. It has been lab tested for that, and the carabiners actually, they can handle 1000 kilos. So I don't think that will ever be dipped. I would love to see that though, but I'm only testing it up to 50 kgs. But actually Jordin and also the world champions we mentioned, they definitely tested it with much more, and I still find it very comfortable, and I guess they did too. So dips were nice, now let's test out pull-ups. So before we conclude, we found out that 94% of our viewers don't actually subscribe. So subscribe so that we can make more and better reviews for you with more and more partners. So when it comes to the pricing, this product comes in at 95 euros, and I definitely think it's worth the price because it seems to be a super good quality product. And what is very nice about this product is that it was developed together with world champions, so by the people who live the sport. And for instance, they requested an O-ring, they requested the extra padding for comfort, and also they wanted different sizes. And now this thing comes in 6 different sizes, which is very nice. And also Jordin wanted it to look super cool, and in my opinion MPDS definitely succeeded there, because I really like the logo on the back, and also the patches that you can customize are super cool. And you can also choose the color of the carabiners that come with it. And also I like the color of the inside, the blue color, but it would be super cool in the future if you can also choose the colors there. Then you can fully customize this thing. And besides that, it seems to be super good quality because the logos on the side are stitched in, and also the numbering on the rope is stitched in, and that one is 150 centimeters long. So all in all, everything seems super heavy duty, and I really think this will last you for a long time. And we can actually get you 10% off with our discount code CWW10. So we would definitely recommend you to click the links in the description or here to support our channel, and then we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.